And we back, man. MicCheckM.I.A. I'm one half of MicCheckM.I.A. This your boy Kunrad. This is London B. And we got a special guest today, all the way from ATL, by way of Midway, Georgia. Big Dog 380. What's going on, fam?
What's happening with you, man?
Chilling, buddy.
Long time coming.
Yeah, long time coming, man. Trying to get with you, get you in here. Finally got the schedule straight, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got some things going on this weekend, though, man. We're going to chop in, get into everything that you got going on, man. And a few other things. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? First thing first, you know what I'm saying? You down here this weekend. What is it, man? What it do, bro?
So this weekend, tomorrow night, performing in Savannah, Georgia, at EB Social Hall for DJ Romeo, his 45th birthday bash. It's an all-black affair going down, and it's a big deal, you know, because he reached out to a lot of the people that have been there for him from the beginning. And, you know, he was the DJ at Skybox.
Yeah, I remember.
When Skybox had opened up, and he pretty much was the person that got behind me and got me out of Midway to start performing in Savannah. So when me and him established our relationship and started, you know, working together, you know, he opened some doors for me, but he also said and explained to me sometimes how I opened doors for him.
Yeah.
So, you know, he got me and another artist, Greg G, that does R&B, that's going to be performing for him tomorrow.
Greg G?
Yeah.
He from this area, too?
He from Savannah.
Savannah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember Romeo back in them days at the Skybox.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know who was the DJ in there.
Right, because he was always
He was
upstairs.
he was always up to the top. I thought he was from Savannah.
Yeah, he is.
He is?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I was thinking he was from Midway.
Nah, Savannah. We always come down here back and forth just to make it happen.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you said he credits.
Away from me, yeah.
Yeah.
So, because when he was DJing there, he was like, man, the club always be, you know, straight. But when you do stuff here, it's like no room. Who are you?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm 380, I'm a local artist or whatever. And I did a concert there one night, and he came down out of the booth when I came off stage. He was like, bro, you never been to Savannah? I was like, I'm like, just here. He like, man, I host this event in Savannah at Club Ice called the Crunk Fest. And he like, man, you need to come. It's like a competition with artists or whatever. So I went down there and I performed at the first one, and I came in second place. This one group out of Pembroke, Ruley, they beat me out. They had these girls up there twerking and all that shit. I was like, oh, fuck. They had the stage presence, right? So I was like, all right, bet. So next time I went back, and I came in first place at the Crunk Fest remix. And ever since then, me and him were like, yo, we got to figure out what's what. Because then that opened the door for me to start working with artists in Savannah.
Yeah.
And when I started doing artists with them in Savannah, I was kind of like the bridge between the east side, west side of Savannah, because, you know, they didn't really click.
Nah, they
But
did.
with me being an outside person, I was able to go on either side. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started doing music with artists in Savannah, which led to artists in Beaufort, from crossing over the bridge in South Carolina. Then that led to Charleston, because people knew people. And when they heard my song with them, and then the next person, then I just started like exchanging numbers and building no relationship. So it was just like from one studio to the next from there.
So I mean, so now I always remembered you like I remember I used to tell, and I'm stuttering a little bit, so you gotta excuse me. I remember I used to tell Swamp D. I used to always say,
Get them hoes.
I used to always tell them guys, I said, man, listen, y'all need to take a page out of 380 book, because this man really know how to promote himself. I always credited you as an artist for that. You know what I'm saying? As being a person who really can promote what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, you did parties and they did well. You know what I'm saying? I would see other people do stuff and it would be like, it'd be straight. But every time I ever saw you put something on,
Right.
yeah, it was on point. And so I always credited you as an artist for having that ability. Well, is that something that you still on?
Yeah, I'm still doing marketing and promotions. I'm still doing artist development, working with artists, helping them establish their brand, and just taking things to, you know, because back then, you know, we used to burn CDs.
Yeah,
But people just didn't know that it was cheaper just to go to a place that would press them up and ship them out to you and save you much work and time. And it was more professional because if you got that CD with the Black Magic marker on it versus that one with the print on it, the most talent might be on this one, but they're going to try that one on 84.
Yeah.
They're going to listen to this one just because of how it looked.
So
it was just a thing of, letting everybody know presentation. And a lot of things that I learned, I got it firsthand from, Camouflage. I learned a lot from working with him in my time dealing with Pure Pain. And, that's where the rap truck comes from and the professional CDs. And it was like, I'm watching all of this stuff in a professional environment. That's why everything that I took away from the city, I tried to bring back. I used to tell my uncle, I said, I'm like an ant. I said, I go out and I get the food and I bring it back to the crib. I bring it back to the crib. He used to look like, what you talking about, nephew? I said, man, Midway was so small. Well, Midway is so small, and we only know what we know.
Yeah.
But I was blessed enough to be able to go out and meet people doing a lot of different things and just bring those ideas and give it back to my people. Everybody, just to share it with them, just so we all can elevate and come up together.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was in here with my man from Freeman Grove. Man, what can I say his name right now? Jay Wayne. Now, Jay Wayne credited you for showing him how to do it.
He did.
in the interview, he was like, man, I want to say this. You know what I'm saying? He credited you for showing him how to do it. So, I mean, how does that make you feel, you know what I'm saying, to know that you're an influential artist from your era?
It's kind of, even to this day, like, I still don't believe I made music or made music or, like, it's, like, even this, just to be reached out to say, hey, come let me hear your story. It's still things, because, like, even my mom said, she, like, it don't seem, cause I like, why? I always ask myself, like, why? And she said, it feel normal to you because you just were blessed with a gift. Because I just look at myself as a normal person, but not knowing that I can make one share on my Facebook page and get somebody over 2,000 views on the video. And now I done turned that into a stream of income. Like, I got people's stuff that I actually promote, and they pay me just to promote it just because I share it on my network. And it was just like, but I'm thinking to myself, like, who am I? But it's like all these people are actually paying attention, and to me, it's like, it's like second nature to me. I don't really know. But me and Jay Wayne, we go way back. And because it was like, when I always knew him, but I didn't know he did music. And then when I heard one of the songs that he had called Paper Chase, I was like, that's a dope song. Well, I never heard this before. And at that time, it was already a period of time that had done went by. I was like, listen, you need to be heard. I said, find that track. We're going to go to my studio. We're going to re-record it because the quality of it wasn't really there. So I said, we're going to re-record the song. We're going to do a video for the song. And I'll be able to start taking you to some of my shows on the road and start getting you some exposure. And then you can take your wave and push your brand however you want to push it, but at least you can get seen. So we did the song over with Trans, and then we shot the video with G4 Films, and he put it out, and next thing you know, I had him on the road with me touring South Carolina. And he did a lot of openings for me, and after that, man, he just really started, he started doing his thing.
That's when he started that Pound Game.
Yeah, I did the logo for Pound Game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I designed the logo for Pound Game.
Okay, so you had your hands in a lot. You even designed it.
Yeah, I do graphic designs. I learned a lot of that from J Miles.
I remember
just sitting down with him. He was coming. I had so much going on. He was bringing his book bag every day to my house. At one point, he just like, look, I'm just going to install this stuff on your computer. All I got to do is just come because you working me so much. So it was just easier for him just to be able to just pull up to my house and just start working. But then after I started connecting him to different people, he got too busy for me.
Yeah.
So then I found myself trying to figure out, like, how can I get this flyer out by Friday and he busy over here with this person. So I just started dabbling with it myself, and then I ended up learning how to do it.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the independent. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you independent, you wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, you learn how to cut costs too.
Yeah, you learn how to cut. Yeah, you wear a lot of hats until you get to that point where I don't have time for it, I just pay somebody.
Right.
Were you always independent?
Yeah.
You started out as independent?
I started out as independent. My first deal came with Lay It Down Records back in '05 with Pate Cray. It was me. He had A Mutt and Milk.
Milkman.
Yeah, we was all working. We were working. We was on a strong grind for a minute, and then when he got his bid and went up the road, man, it kind of, it kind of did everything for us for a while.
Yeah.
Man. So I ain't let it stop me. We talked on the phone. I went and visited him a lot while he was locked down. And he said, 380, don't let it stop. He like, cops had done killed Mutt. So he like, man, I need you, to hold it down for us. So that's when I started Street Certified Entertainment, and I just started, establishing my own brand and just kept going for them, And then it was just up from there.
Yeah, it was just up from there. Yeah, you was the only person around here with the truck rap though, for sure.
Oh yeah, I was in school still then.
With the truck rap.
Yeah, but like I said, I was still mimicking then, the profession. I call it the professionals.
Yeah.
And being at Pure Pain, Flash had he had the Excursion at first, and then when the Excursion got T-boned, he turned around and got the Navigator. And then when he got the Navigator, we was always riding around in the Navigator. And when the Strictly for the Streets DVD came out, they let us take the Navigator. And I came to Liberty High, and we were selling the DVDs in the parking lot and moving. And I was just like, man, I want a truck like this. So I ended up finding a place in Richmond Hill called Pocket Media. And they wrapped the truck. They was like, yeah, this going to cost you $2,400. I was like, what? I'm like, I'm not. But then I thought, do I want to pay? I always wanted a billboard. I always wanted a billboard. But that billboard is like, I don't know, this say $700 a month. I'm going $700 a month times 12 months a year times how many years, or I can pay this flat fee of $2,400 and just drive my billboard around and take it everywhere I need to go.
Yeah.
So I put the website on the side, I put the Text 380 ringtones on the back, and I put everything on it. So when I went to all of my shows, I just felt like it was a smart investment.
And networking as well.
It was.
So when you keep saying Pure Pain, were you ever signed to them or on the verge to before everything happened, or?
Nah, we just had a relationship. I was working trying to get signed with them because that was like the biggest record label we knew during that time. So I was just trying to find that one record, that one hit. But during that time, I was just getting a lot of consultation, and I was working with Dushan, G Cope, and Camouflage, and I was just taking like guidance from them. They was like, when I would go and record, they taught me about how to punch in, how to breathe, different things like that. Not rapping so hard and all of that. And when I got picked up with Pate, Pate took me to Atlanta and took me and Mutt, and we sat down with Gio, which is he used to produce for like TLC and Bubba Sparks, Multi, and all of them. We locked in one weekend there, 3 days, straight in the basement in the studio. We couldn't leave. Everything was delivered to us, and they gave us jazz music, R&B music, rap music, dance music, and we had to rise to the occasion of each. And he said my voice was so unique. He said anybody should have had no problem. And for the whole first day, I came street Midway on every track. They was all in there the whole night, just crunk. Then I was like, man, when we gonna record this? They're like, you're not. Looked at me straight there, you're not. I'm like, what?
That's what they say. They want you to do what
They
they
were
want
like,
you to do.
no, they didn't know. They didn't tell us in the beginning what they was doing. They were just putting on tracks and just letting us rap. They're like, nah, see this track right here? Listen to you. When you should have been here. You was up here. You just had to bring your voice down, let it melt with it. They said, man, when you leave, you're gonna be able to go on the track with Pastor Troy or Mary J. Blige.
It's showing you
So,
the voice affliction, how to change, changing the meaning.
They made me one of the most versatile artists that I think they probably ever could have did. That was very helpful to my career.
So if that was helpful, is there any? Well, I'm pretty sure everybody done went through it before, but like, so far as saying like, has there ever been any move you ever made? You like, damn, I wish I ain't, or it wasn't helpful to me, in any time in your career when you feel like you might have shouldn't have got with this person or that person so tight?
I mean, everything I've done probably been like a learning experience that was helpful, because it's like I tell everybody, like even like every independent artist or even every major artist that I work with, being in the studio with them and catching that vibe, you learn something from them. Like even step recording. I was like, I didn't know what step recording was when people were punching in and punching in. I like, now I know why I can't sing a whole Ludacris verse. This makes sense. I'm just like, I'm turning blue in the face because I can't breathe. But I was just like, oh, now I got it. And, you know, even like the independent artists, it was like, everyone, I told everybody it was like a piece of aluminum foil that I would boil up into one. I gained something from working with Dirty, working with Milkman, working with Miss Badwood, working with Pastor Troy, working with Akon, working with Trey Songz, working with Lil Wayne, working with all of these people. I started my ball, and then now it's like when I go into a session, I automatically know I can pull something from one bank and deposit it. This is how I need to attack this verse. But when it comes to like a mistake, it wasn't even in music, man. It was in a film I was doing where I feel like it wasn't a controllable mistake, but I just feel like it was one of the regretful moves. Like I could have did, knowing what I knew now, I could have did something better at the time to put stuff in place, but I was so excited. And I started filming a movie, right? And during the filming of the movie, I was working with the engineer that was recording me at the time. And he knew I was writing a book. And when I was writing the book, he got the camera equipment and said, hey, why don't we take that book that you're writing and let's turn it into a film? So I was like, I bet. I was like, what I gotta do? He like, nothing, man. He like, just get some people together that can play out the characters and we'll just start filming. I'm like, all right, bet. Like, what's it gonna cost me or whatever? He was like, man, no, we just gonna do it. He's like, I wanna try this stuff out that I got, and you can get your stuff off the ground. We'll work together, and we'll get with Liberty Cinema and have like a premiere party, and we'll just split the profits at the end of the movie. So we plan on renting out the whole movie theater and just getting like a day release. So I was looking through all of that. I was trying to utilize like my mother-in-law. She knew like the owner of the theater. Like let's start lining all of this stuff up. So during the filming of the movie, this is what I'm saying, a mistake. I should have had my paperwork in place. We should have had all this agreement written out and drawn out like I did every other thing that I did, and I didn't do this. When we started filming the movie, one day we had a scene set up, and I'm calling like, hey, we still meeting on Thursday? You know what I'm saying? Just say it was, I don't know, at True Players. We were supposed to meet there at 6. I'm calling. He ain't answering the phone. Calling. He ain't answering the phone. Now I got folks out here, we waiting. We wonder where the cameraman is. Cameraman ain't come. So I had to say everybody cancel the shoot for that day. So I'm calling for a few days. I'm like, where's this guy at? So eventually, I just gave up calling. I'm on the way to Myrtle Beach for Bike Week. I got a tag on Facebook. Tag said, sorry for the inconvenience, but I don't feel like all of this film should go to waste. My time is money. And some long thing with a tag. All of the footage from the movie released on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
I'm looking for the first spam thing I can find to get it blocked or whatever. I'm like, what I'm calling, I done left all of the dirtiest message I can find. You better call me. You bet. Long story short, get to the end. When I finally got in touch with him, the movie was starting to take too much time away from the money that he was making in the studio. Why didn't you communicate that to me, for one? 2, I ain't asked you for nothing. I asked you from the beginning, what did it cost? 3, even if it was, hey man, I know I said I was gonna do this for this, but now it's this. I'm gonna charge you $1,000 for the whole movie. Or, hey, just give me $65 an hour, what I'm charging you for the studio for every time we film. Like, we could have made some type of
something work.
Right. We could have made it work to keep doing what we did, but for you to do that, I'm glad I was on the way to Myrtle Beach, because the mood I was in, I was going to see him. But I was too many hours up the road.
Too far away.
But paperwork, got it, man. Business, man, 90% talent. 90% business, 10% talent. And that's in all of this. You got to have that paperwork in order. Got to.
At what point in your career did that happen? Like, where were you at that point?
This was, what year was that? Probably like 2015, 2014.
So you were pretty much still good
Oh yeah,
in the game. You just thought because the way he made it sound.
Yeah,
this was. Go ahead and did it.
Yeah, this was.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, I was like, this was after the rap truck and all of that.
Mm.
This was the year we bought. This was the year we had Trick Daddy down here at
Trick
Revo.
Daddy at Revo.
Yeah. Cause I remember doing a cover video with the truck outside of the studio, so I know it was around that time. So yeah, I was well enough aware of.
So where's that cat at now? Like you can't. There's no way you could.
Yeah, he's still around.
You can't do like defamation character for him putting your stuff out there like that. None of that, or you just didn't follow with it.
What,
you know what I'm saying?
What do you feel like possessed him to drop all of it on
Facebook?
What do you think that might have been more so of a commercial for itself? Like by dropping all of this that I did,
man, listen,
was it edited?
Nope.
Oh, it was just
it was just raw footage, not put in order, not anything, just everything that we shot in the time that we shot in real time. It was just dropped.
So what was I don't know. What was the purpose of that?
Yeah.
That'd be a question I have to ask Mr. CJ Water.
Oh man.
That would be a question I have to ask him.
Oh man.
I mean, but it took a few years, and I came on to visit one time because I was actually gone, and I ran into him actually at this little restaurant over there by Azola's, and he was sitting over by himself, and we sit down, and I had to talk to my old lady. She tried to stop me from going over there. I was like, nah, I got to see this guy.
You got to talk to him.
But so many years had done passed at the time, I wasn't even upset anymore. I had into some other opportunities, and my life had just changed so much. I was so blessed. It was just like, wake up call. Don't let that happen to you again. Yeah.
So at this point now, at your career, before I ask what else I want to ask, you have your own label, okay? And I just want you to, talk about what all you have going on. So you have your label and what else?
So, Street Certified Entertainment, it's not a record label. It's just a marketing and promotion company. And I started the company to, again, like I said, help some of the up-and-coming artists, just take some of the experiences that I had and skip steps of mistakes in their career. Giving them the plugs, giving them the connections. Like, you might know some things, and you might know the same people I know. But if I can go to them and get that $1,000 deal for $700, and you still getting it for $1,000, I'm still a connect for you. So I was still helping people, even with the plugs and connections, just get their career going. Or, like I said, hey, don't do this CD this way. We're gonna do it this way. Right. We're not gonna use these dark colors. We're gonna use these bright colors. We're gonna like stuff like that. DJs, photographers, like stuff like that we need to get done professionally. Because like when you submit certain material to certain companies, they're not going to take it if it's not in a certain layout.
Right.
Certain things like that. So, cause like even some of the artists I had during the time on the label, they thought that I was like their manager, and I'm like, I'm not your manager. I'm really just a plug. I'm just a plug for y'all to, let me put y'all in position to make y'all
set you up the right way.
Right, y'all not signed to me.
Right.
Y'all signed to the company, but y'all not like my artists. But I want y'all to be able to take what I got, let me teach y'all, and y'all do y'all own thing. That's why I had artists like, I use like OZ for an example. OZ was part of Street Certified. He hung around for a lot of years. Learned a lot that he did, and then he took his business and he started his own thing. And kept on going. Ain't no bad blood, that's what I want you to do. I want you to come, I want you to grow, I want you to leave and you be the next me and do all of that. But some of the artists was just like, why you always getting the shows? Why you always getting this? Okay, well, I'm working for that. At the same time I'm teaching y'all, but now y'all have to take your lane and apply the same pressure. Right.
Yeah, they wasn't applying the game.
Right. Yeah. So it was just like, it's cool that y'all can ride around with me and go where we going, but while we here, you meet that DJ. I'm gonna connect y'all. Y'all shake hands. They get his number. Now send him your record, and now you start getting him to spin your record, and then you'll be the next one booked.
Yeah.
Right.
All I was gonna say was that so people was mistaking your guidance for misguidance.
Correct.
So
Pretty
you
much.
got them. I'm showing you how to do it yourself, but you want me to do it. It was that type of vibe.
So it was always a lot that, you know, people would bring back to me that I would hear, you know, even from the city standpoint, man. It was like, you know, man, country ain't fucking with you, man. They're like, man, you think you better than everybody else. I'm like, what you mean?
I used to hear your name a lot.
Yeah, they're like, man,
all the time.
man, they saying you think you this and you think you that, and I'm like, I'm just living. Like, what do you mean? I'm supposed to live bad, or not supposed to have a nice car or a nice house, or I mean, what am I doing wrong? Because I go out, I make the money, I come back, I give it to the community. I mean, it's been times I've done free car shows, free bike shows, just feed the community day. You know, we had street certified fun day in the park. We fed almost 760 people. I had DJ Prince come from Savannah from E93 to do the music. I had the bouncy house. We had a basketball shoot at the back of Miller Park. Had 12 basketballs for the kids. We had shoe giveaways. I had one lady that sponsored clothes. She had a clothing line that they gave away. Like, all of this stuff, give back. We gave back. Everything that we did, we gave back.
And that's what shouldn't even bother you what people think. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're doing something for the community. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, people gonna think something all the time. You know what I'm saying? Whether you helping the community or not. You know what I'm saying? But what you've been doing has been nothing but for the community. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, because I've been with Flawless Riders for a long time. And I remember when you used to get with Ernie Walthouse sometimes, he and them. At what park is that? Well, it's not a park. It's not Miller Park.
It's
Salter Field. Yeah. Man, them days back then. What?
I'm slam with the shit.
It was. It really was.
And we tried to keep it going for after Ernie left, man. But Ernie just had so much more plugs than the law allowed to make that thing be that big. Yeah. But you know, even that, you know, was some backlash. You know, but.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have been. You know, that should have kept going. And I remember when that, you know, it was backlash on, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep SummerSlam alive. And it was like, well, who's going to do it? Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to let somebody do it, you know.
It did well the 2 years that we did it, but it still wasn't SummerSlam, man. And you can never recreate that.
No.
You know, that thing started many years ago in the 80s, like.
Off of a doggone basketball tournament.
Yeah. Right.
It was an outdoor basketball.
It actually started at Miller Park.
Yeah, Miller Park.
And back then, I wasn't doing music, thinking about music. I used to be standing outside of the fence watching Boss Click and Carter Thug Click, Milkman and all them. They was all rapping back before me. I was outside the fence looking. Like, look at them guys out there go. But never knowing that, you know, one day that somebody will introduce music to me and tell me that, hey, you need to be a rapper.
You gotta give.
Like, what you mean? Because I was in school and artist heard one of my poems and he was like, your voice, dog. He said, if you come to my house and put some words to a beat I'll make for you, he said, I think it'll sound like something.
Probably wouldn't. So
I went to his house and we did my first song and I was like, listening to it like over and over and over again. Yeah.
Man, you know, why are we talking about producers? I'm gonna let you get your question in a second. Why are we talking about producers? Why we on live air, man? We need to put an APB out on K Mills, man. APB out on K Mills. We ain't seen that voice in 04, 05 or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's been a long time coming. We ain't seen him. Man.
Yeah, K Mills, man, he got picked up, man, and he been gone ever since. Man. I miss that guy, man, because he was young, man, but we man, put him with L Boogie and got him over in Just Music Studios, and he was a beast, man.
Shoot, I think I really started wanting to rap when K Mill gave me some beats, because I remember I was just messing with a dude that rapped.
Yeah.
And then I bumped into K Mills, and he was like, man, I'll give you a few beats. And I went home and listened to him, and shoot, I'm finna start rapping.
The kid was talented, man. He was very talented. But, you know, that's why CTE took him, man.
Yeah.
He
was very talented, man. He made them beats like that, bro. That joke was crazy.
Yep.
He made them like that, man. But, Yeah, man. Like I was bringing that up because in that time frame, man, a lot of people were like jumping in to the rap game, like you saying yourself. You just jumping into the rap game, and then a guy like K-Mill came and he changed the game.
Sound.
He elevated that sound. Yeah.
And it took sound cause like even like me, like all my first year, it was elementary, but as I started to grow and really started understanding music and the sound and trying to perfect the craft of doing it, I always knew then that online beats wasn't my thing. Because I knew then from when I got my first beat produced for me versus the beats that I was buying, it was a different me.
Yeah.
It was a different me. It was a different sound. It was like the melodies and everything were kind of catered to my voice over here. Over here, somebody was just putting it together and making it happen. And you trying to sync what they was, but when you got your own story, your own, you know what I'm saying? It just sat different with me. And then that's when I started going to the avenue of finding me a producer to make my track for me. And then I really started going towards that when I started figuring out the business once again.
Okay.
These leases ain't no good. These exclusives ain't no good.
Yeah.
You want to own your stuff outright. That's where you get all your money at. So just learning stuff like that is just like.
Speaking on that, did you always take the time to sit down and write out everything, or you just usually go off the top?
Like far as
when you're in the studio, when you
yeah,
get a
right.
beat, you write off the top. Now I got a question. Like, when you say you write, right? I always wanted to ask a rapper, like, do you take the time and go into like dictionary? You know how you hear dictionary words in rap sometimes? You be like, dang.
I ain't doing all that.
You're not doing all that. You're not doing all that. I always wanted to know that because I be like, dang.
I mean, cause my music is really me, and like I tell a lot of people, man, they always say they didn't know this or they didn't know that about me, and I said they don't listen to my music.
Yeah.
I can tell a person that listens to my music because a lot of 98.6% of my music is a lot of my experiences, and it's either I done it or I'm watching it happen around me.
Right.
And I'm talking about from gangster shit to heartbreaks to love to drugs to gospel to I've done rock, I've done gospel, I've done R&B, I've done all types of music, but in that music it was stuff that I've seen or dealt with.
And I feel that's what like a real artist should be. Like you're an artist. Like you don't. Somebody say, "What's your favorite genre?" You don't really have a favorite genre. You know what I'm saying? It's an art, so you gotta love the art of it. So that being said, like what's outside of music?
For me, right, like outside of music, like I said, I do film. I actually just been in a casting call that I got called back for my second take. Boosie got a new movie coming out. Boosie and Young Tone got a movie called The Water Boys, and I kind of knew I was gonna get a call because like my audition was one of the 2 auditions that the casting director posted on her Instagram.
That's what's up.
So I knew it was like this is gonna be a follow up.
Yeah.
So still haven't got to finalize yet, but we'll keep our fingers crossed that I appear in that movie.
This is a new movie?
They casting for it now.
Okay.
Well, the last casting was the last one I just went to.
Okay, yeah.
So movies, I'm an author. I have a book out called Secrets and Innocence. It's holding 5 stars on Amazon. It sold over 12,000 copies.
That's called Secrets and
Innocence.
Secrets and Innocence.
Yeah. So books, graphic designs. I own 24 Hour Graphics LLC. I do all types of marketing material, flyers, business cards, T-shirts, all types of anything you can print, business cards.
So what made you make the move from Hinesville, and do you feel like making that move is what progressed you? Is that what made you feel like that's progressed you to where you are now?
I should have made it I didn't make it before because I was always scared. I was born and raised here. I didn't know nothing outside of it. Ain't like I was somebody who went off to college and got to live somewhere else and see different things. And I was always around my family, always around my people. And when the time came where me and my wife had to make the decision to move, I really got scared then. I was like, ooh. So I always thought back to what my sister always told me. My sister said, bro, she said, you are a plant in a flower pot. Your roots are only going to go this far and you're only going to grow this tall. But once you get out of that flower pot and plant yourself into a field, the roots are going to go further and you're going to go a lot higher.
Wow.
And when I got to Atlanta, it was not easy. It was the first 2 years I was there, I damn near lost everything trying to find my way. But I didn't quit. I just kept digging, reaching out, grabbing. I just kept pulling at people, asking questions. Next thing you know, I caught a hit, caught another hit, opened the door, opened another door. And now it's just like, it's unbelievable that I feel like I've accomplished now. This is going into my year 6, and I think I've done more in these 6 years than I've done in probably 15 years of being here.
Wow.
Income wise.
Wow.
So
That's crazy and amazing at the same time. What about overseas wise? Have you did any tours overseas yet?
No overseas yet. Just one performance on a Carnival cruise ship.
Yeah. So what's the resume like? I know you called out a couple of artists, but what else is the resume for 380 when it come down
Features?
to who feature wise?
Man, independent or major?
Both.
Man. We'll talk, let's see, Buck the Boss, OZ, Latex, Pastor Troy, Yin Yang Twins, Milkman, A-Mutt, Kill Superbad, Dirty K, Dirty Dollars, Miss Backwoods, Dirty Red, Shorty Low, Trey Songz, Lil Wayne, Akon, Bo Hagen, Young South out of Charleston, South Carolina, Kid Salt, Rock Boy. Man, it's so many people, man.
Yeah.
Like I had to work with probably well over 100 artists.
Yeah. What's one of the wildest shows though that you can remember? One of the craziest shows you like that you ever did before?
Wildest shows. Wow. Wow, like how wild?
Wow. I asked everybody that. Like, what's one of the craziest, wildest shows?
I want to say it was one part of South Carolina. I don't know if it was Hilton Head or Hardyville, but it was a arena. And when I came out of the back and they called my name across the sound system, it was like all you could see in the front was just like cell phones just starting to light up.
Yeah.
It was like I was looking like I've never been at a point where I was just like, why are all these lights coming on? And everybody came up to the front and they was actually singing my songs. A lot of performances was just like, all right, he new here, we gonna get it going on. But that was the first time. That's why I say wow, because that's my first experience to where I went out of the area. They knew the music when I got there. That's what taught me with working with the DJs before I go to an area to get them to start getting the city familiarized with the music before I get there, versus just finding a venue and trying to book it.
Yeah.
So when they was there and they was able to go back and I was able to just reach that mic out and let them say it.
And the whole crowd waving on that joint and saying,
and they was just like, all right, so that's the one. And even in Metter, I think Metter would be the largest venue. Me and Rich Homie Quan did Club 46 in Metter. and that venue had close to almost 2,000 people in
I
there,
know
or
that
probably
was
more.
crazy.
And that venue wise and size, I think that's the biggest. The one in South Carolina, I think will be like the most appealing to my memory to say that was an epic one.
I bet.
Other than that, the performance with Rock Boy, it was a different one because he did rock music. So for me to perform and getting that gothic, all black with bracelets and all of that, just to transform and give that image out, that was dope too.
I bet it was.
That was dope too.
So what can we expect? What can the people expect from you in 2022?
2022, this year.
A whole hell of a lot.
What can we expect this year? So I know a lot of people were looking for Made in Midway to come out December, and I actually held it. Made in Midway was supposed to be my 20th year anniversary album. I was supposed to release in December, but some life things was going on at the time, and I held it, and I thought I was going to release it in February, but I didn't. So I'm still holding it, just kind of waiting on perfect timing right now, because I'm actually going to either add more to the album or replace some songs on the album. But I don't think at this point, with the other things I got going on, I'm going to have time to put behind the album, release what I need to. So that may come actually 2023. Okay. So Made in Midway will come out 2023. As far as music-wise goes, I do have some features with some artists that has already released, and we're doing a video. Well, so far I got a video to do with Buck the Boss. We got a song called This Far. Okay. That's one of the songs on his new album he released, and he's gonna be coming up to Atlanta. We're gonna be doing the video there. So that should be coming out this year. Secrets and Innocence Part 2. Everybody is pushing me for that, but like I told them, the first one wasn't overnight, and it's just taking me time to get it done. But I'm about 7 chapters into that, so I know not this year, but this year I really been focusing on traveling, man.
That's another thing. Like, do you have also artists under you right now that you bringing up, or you not signing nobody right now, or you you not looking to sign nobody right now, or anything? No. What about clothing? Any clothing lines coming out? You not into that stuff like that either?
No, not right now.
So it's pretty much focusing on your album.
Yeah. Rep for Rep is my athletic clothing line. Is the only thing that I'm sticking to. Okay. And it's REP and the number 4 and REP, and it's basically a lot of fitness clothes. Tights, tank tops, stuff like that. People have been ordering different colors, multicolors, and stuff like that, just for people who getting their gym on.
So it's safe to say that the music game has pretty much put you in a high-spirited marketing game and career.
I mean, it's giving me the outlets for people to, I guess, to follow me. When people follow you and they see what you're doing, it's easier for them to support you when they don't know who you are and don't know what you're doing. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I know he did this, I know he did that, and this is going. So I think it's relationship and always trying to stay positive. I try to stay away from that negativity and just watch how I move, because like the old folks used to say, you get respect when you give it. Give it. And I like to always try to give people that respect, and that's what I expect from people. That's why I don't let people disrespect me. Because it's like, if I'm always trying to give you respect, you have no reason to disrespect me. So I'm not going to let you disrespect me. Absolutely. And that's on any level with, business, profession, anything. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So, but this year, for this year, being that we just getting over this COVID thing, and it's still kind of, like, I've been kind of like chilling, but I just been really focusing on travel this year. I'm just now starting to back to promotions of events and parties again. Just like April 16th, I'll be back here in Hinesville doing Empire Shout out to Empire too.
Shout out to
yeah,
Empire.
Rail, GVO, they finally got that thing up and they're running. I told them, man, if I see one more coming soon post, I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out.
GVO, boy.
But they here, man, and I actually got to see the venue today for the first time, and it's definitely a change.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely a change in there. So I'm excited. April 16th, I'm gonna be doing Naughty Girls Only Bash. I'm gonna be giving away $500 just for coming to the building. You ain't gotta twerk, you ain't gotta do nothing for it. Just everybody who gonna come through the door, I'm gonna give them a ticket, and just hold on to the ticket. I might give people like I used to back in the day opportunities. If you want to purchase extra tickets, you can go purchase some extra tickets. But everybody get a free ticket when they come in. Somewhere near the end of the night, I'll call out the ticket number. That person will come up. I might do some pre-prizes. I don't know, maybe some Bath and Body Works and I don't know, flat screen.
They go crazy about that Bath and Body.
Flat screen TV. I'm thinking about getting a flat screen TV to give away, and then let like the cash prize be like the grand prize. People like 2 or 3 drawings like leading up. So one person just gonna walk away with everything. And, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I'm still working on it. I still got a few more weeks to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Once again, working for your community, man.
Right. So
absolutely.
I got that coming up. I'm doing my birthday bash this year, man. The big 4-0.
Hey, man.
The big 4-0.
So, we get there, man.
I know it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so I'm actually planning my birthday bash. It's gonna be in Atlanta. A place called the Sugar Plum Event Center. It's a very nice event center. I booked out. I'm doing $30 all inclusive entry, open bar, everything. I'm only gonna seat 200 people. I'm gonna keep it low capacity. Very personal. Whoever get their tickets first. And I'll be dropping the flyer, later in the year. But it's already done. But just gonna wait close to the time and this,
And that's a clear example of how the Atlanta elevates that ability to promote and put things out there like the venues.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you able to get to these different venues and just throw whatever your imagination.
Yeah, the venues up there are definitely different. They laid out just like the place where my club had our anniversary party at last year. Very big, high ceilings. Even though people smoked in there, you couldn't even tell. But that's some of the things like we tried to do here. Like even before I left, we tried to like build event centers here and stuff like that. But it's just the city, man.
Yeah.
There's so many different restrictions.
Yeah, fight against
you.
Fight against you, man.
Absolutely.
But yeah, a lot of open doors and opportunities when I left. But like again, I did all of that just to put myself in a position where I could still come back and do whatever I feel I can do, here. Like even folks that still reach out to me here, I still, give them advice on things that they can do, or people call or they might write me on Facebook and say, hey, how do I do this? What did you do when you did that? I got this place now. I know you used to be over there. How was the vibe? Who do I contact? And people's numbers still work, so I'm still able to say, hey man, this Jose, call him. He over at JJ's. See how much you charge. Or call DJ Capavelli, man. This is a number. He'll come DJ for you. And like I still be tossing people names around when they asking, and it's like weird that I've been gone all these years and people still know when they hear Hinesville. Like just yesterday, one of the guys in the motorcycle clubs in Atlanta said he was in the barbershop cutting a guy hair, and they got to talking about Hinesville, and he said my name, and he was like, "Hey man, wait a minute, I know him." And he was like, "Oh yeah, he's from down from where I'm from." So it's just to know that your name can pinpoint to a specific area or region is like that's special.
Because once they hear the name, they know the area.
Right.
Yeah, where you from.
And it's about the mark that he left on the city too.
Yeah.
When you leave a good vibe, positive vibe, like you say.
And my folks wanted me to run for mayor before I left. I said,
you could have did that and still money.
They wanted you to run for mayor.
They wanted me to run for mayor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah.
That ain't me, right? That That ain't me, man. You asking too much.
Yeah,
But they were saying they were telling me though, they were like, it was something crazy like 22 or 2,400 votes put the sheriff in the seat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that
it's
because
like I'm like, really?
Population.
But they were like, man, I think you could do it. Like, look how many people you get to.
Yeah, the dude. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we got to think though, it's younger generations that are coming up, and it's gonna be up to us to make the change. Like even in my family, like we sitting back wondering why we ain't having no family reunion. A lot of the older folks are dying. We the older folks now.
Absolutely,
like,
that's true now. That is
we got to get
definitely
together
true.
and start getting these kids together, man, so that they know their relatives and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely left your mark, man. You definitely left your mark on the community, man, and continue to leave your mark, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's good to see you, you know what I'm saying, back in the city doing your thing, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature, man. What do you want the audience to understand about what 380 is doing, how he can help them, and how they can get in contact with you?
That's a lot. Just know that I'm always here for whatever you may. If somebody think that I may know something, don't be afraid to ask. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're thinking I may know, it might be something that I've done or you've seen I've done that may put that idea in your head. But a lot of people like to tell me I look like I'm unapproachable. They say, you look like you just unapproachable. And I'm not. I'm probably one of the easiest people that I love to talk. I actually like to talk about stuff I'm passionate about. Like, you know, even when it comes to my motorcycle club, them guys tell me, you just don't know how to shut up. But I love what I do with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because even my club, that's another thing that I do for, you know, my outlet for when I just want to be free and just having my own little fun. You know what I'm saying? But reach out to me. I'm not unapproachable. I still doing features with artists. We can talk about that tag when you reach out. I got a couple of shows coming up. So I got tomorrow night. All off the top of my head, I got tomorrow night in Savannah. I got June the 4th, Jacksonville, Florida. I got December the 12th, Fairburn, Georgia. I got another one, I think it's upstate New York, the first weekend of August. And some more performances. But I'm about to start back booking events. Here in Hyattsville, they want me to start, you know, bring some events.
Oh yeah, April 16th you said it started out,
April
right?
16th gonna start it off. So I might not do it every month, but every 2 or 3 months I might come back and just, you know, do something different and just stop in. That's really it. Y'all can follow me on Instagram. 380 Chosen Riders ATL is my Instagram. It's 380 CHOSENRYDERZ ATL. My fan page is 380 on my Facebook page. Snapchat, Mr. 380 Midway GA. Like everything 380 Midway GA. That's just like Google 380 Midway GA, and that's what I've been trying to market and brand. Let everybody know where home is. There's some .380s out there, something like everybody trying to have their own thing. So I just started 380 Midway GA.
Oh, we know around here. You the real damn 380.
So and like I said, just some new video collaborations I got coming out. And I'm trying to do this video with PT, and we still working on scheduling with that. And trying to get the right camera crew together for it because of the vision that I have for the video. Me and Pastor Troy actually did the anthem for my bike club, and we're trying to do a video with the bikes with him in this aerial view of, you know, burnouts, wheelies, all this other stuff right there. So we're trying to find the right spot that's gonna let us destroy their parking lot and get the cast out for the girls in the green and black outfits that we got in mind and different stuff like that. But in the meantime, I have been writing on another film. I don't know what I want to call it yet, but it's dope. And once I finish writing it, I'll actually be doing a casting call, and I'm aiming to have it at least written by the end of this year. Yeah.
Okay. Where that casting call was gonna be at? Here or
it might be a mixture.
Okay.
Because I know I'm gonna have people from here that I've worked with before previously, and I know I'm gonna have people from up there, and it's also gonna link to Texas as well.
Nice.
Because one part of it's gonna include a rodeo. So it's dope.
That's why I miss Gilly. I ain't never been.
It's dope.
So speaking of your writing, you write raps. You wrote a book that almost became a movie. You're writing a movie, and you're doing a script right now.
Correct.
You have a book that's doing well on Amazon. You appear to articulate yourself very, very well. Do you consider yourself well read?
Believe so.
You believe so? And what's your favorite book?
My favorite book?
Outside of any religious book.
I don't know.
No, there's a lot of them.
I don't know.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know about my favorite book.
Okay. So another question I had was, who's the most influential artist and the most influential personal relationship you've had in your life?
Artist. Overall artist?
Yeah, any artist. It don't have to be a rapper or anything. It can be any artist.
It stumped you with that one a little bit.
Stumped me with that one. Cause like all my relationship with all these artists I done work with, it kind of hard to
No. Who are you the number one fan of? Right? Who's your
role model?
Who's your role model? What artist has
My
influenced
role
you?
model.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody always know who that is. Tupac Shakur.
Tupac Shakur.
Everybody said look like the guy, sound like the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But the art of his storytelling is where I kind of picked it up from, and it's kind of why it's so hard for me to kind of ride the waves of music now, because it's just like
So far away from that now.
yeah, it's so far away from like I want to know when I'm listening, the picture is being painted.
Right.
I know what's in the room, what's around, what something smell like. Like I know what you're feeling. I can see the tears in your eye. Like that's me.
Right.
I can give you all of that, and I learned that from his art of music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was definitely Tupac.
And the most influential person in your life personally, like a family member, a school teacher.
It was my father, man.
Your father.
Yeah, it was my father. Rest in peace, man. And like until he passed away, I just didn't even know what he meant to this entire city, man. Like just coming back here, people still tell me, man, this place ain't been the same since your dad left.
Wow.
But even at the funeral, man, just hearing people speak of everything, and it was just like, wow, that's where I get it from.
Right. It sounded like that. People probably having that conversation about you right now.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even know. Like even guys I used to see in the street, my dad taught how to drive. Got their first piece of pussy.
Right.
Or whatever. I'm just like, you know my dad? I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, like my dad literally stopped one guy from getting beat up all the time. He couldn't walk down the street from the guy always picking with him.
Wow.
So my dad came down and told him, y'all mess with him again, y'all gonna deal with him.
Sweet some smoke.
Said I got him walking home by his head.
Ever since he was good.
Ever since then he was good. All I needed was Mr. Barrett to speak for me. And it's just like, but he just taught me like, how to be a man. How to be a man, how to survive, you know what I'm saying? Just like how to use my hands.
Yeah.
Like so all of that stuff, it help at home now. You know what I'm saying? So I can fix stuff around the house, I can cut the grass, I can change the oil in the car, I can change the tires, I ain't gotta go to the
You ain't gotta go nowhere. All you just do it yourself.
Wifey called, I'm out of there, I can go handle that real quick. But just an ultimate hustler too, and like, you know what I'm saying, especially the barbecue. He left that secret with me. So everybody who always come out and get that good food, they already know what time it is.
He left that secret.
Yeah, they know that was JC's barbecue to the heart right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. He won some awards and everything. I remember that.
Yeah, he got a lot of big trophies at the house. That's barbecue, ribs, pulled pork, chicken, sauce. Like he got a lot of big awards out there from that. But they used to blues and barbecue. They used to do down in downtown Hinesville and all that. But yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I think we probably done touched on some of everything, man. I believe. Is it anything that you wanna, you know what I'm saying? Let the public know, man. You got to show them why we done promoted all that.
Yeah.
You know, but is it anything you want people to know about 380 right now, other than you maxing and relaxing and
chilling, man. I'm definitely chilling, man. Definitely blessed. Only like I say is if you got a dream or a passion, man, stick at it. And it may not always be what you want it to be, but it's something. That's just like now. I always wanted to become famous because I wanted the money. But then I found out that there was other ways to get the money.
get the money?
And if I don't have to go out there and keep working hard for the money, I can make the money work for me. And what am I doing this for? So just like my marketing strategy was, trying to get signed. Well, I actually got up to the point where I was making $6,500 a show. And I'm thinking, they paying me $6,500. What are they making?
Right.
Wait a minute. This ain't making sense. So, started doing calculation. I had some of my girls from the Priceless Diamonds, my modeling group I had on the street certified. I said, get a head count in here as close as you can get it. When we got back, we looked at it and we did the math on an average of the beginner price, top price, and split it out. We got paid $6,500, but the venue made almost $33,000.
That's big.
And I'm just like, hold on. We ain't doing this no more. After a few, I'm like, bet. I want all $33,000. Then in my mind said I want all $33,000. So that's when I started going to venues, asking them, hey Conrad, how much you charge to rent out this space? $500. I bet. I want it this date. Build the flyer up, saying you present me live. We go to the city and put all the flyers out and promote the concert. We got the dough now. I can make as much as I want. Pay my girls for working the dough and doing all of their promo. Now we got our whole 33. Now we bust that down how we want. Exactly. Y'all out the way. Y'all got y'all 500 up front. Y'all done. That's why now I don't do those splits. I was forced to do those splits one time, but they were just like, nah, we don't do. I want the entire door. I'm paying for it. I want all of it. I want all of it. Even if it flop. If it flop, that's just the L I got to take for that particular one. But if it win, I want to know I won.
Yeah, you want to know you won.
I don't want to take the partial price for the partial. We get this and y'all get that. No, how much do you want to be out of my way? That's the only thing I do now.
And that way I can count my money on top of that.
I want it all.
That's what they say. The producer always get more than the artist.
So that's why that's one thing I can tell people. Try to find a way to the money. Get the most that you can actually get, maximize it. And if you can, when it comes to promoters, I know you're promoting event coming up, right? If you can, the investment money that you put on the table at the end of the event, take your profits and leave the investment money on the table. Get you another date. Just leave the investment in so you never seen it, ain't cared about it, don't miss it. If it was $5, leave the $5, take the $95, and that $5 already ready to secure you for another $95. Just don't even leave when you about to have no fun. It ain't gonna tempt you. It ain't gonna do nothing. Just leave it on the table. Hey, give me all.
I'm
Leave your investment on the table and get you another date.
That's some good advice, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Then you already know everything you left with is good. Is for the good. This, even if you ain't got a date yet, it's with them to know. When I call and say I got my date,
money already there.
Already there.
it already was left on the table. Got it?
Facts.
I'll leave that with you.
Facts. I like that shit. And you gave me an idea too, that ticket things. I was thinking about it too.
Yeah.
Like when they get a ticket, rip half, put in the door. I was gonna do like gift cards though, like throughout the night since it's the opening night for it and stuff like that.
Yeah, they make the two-sided the double ticket. Keep one, take one.
And take one.
Let them keep one. Get you a bucket. Put the other ones in.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, man. My boy came through with not only the advice,
Right.
but the sharing of the wealth, man, on the marketing schemes and everything, man. That's what's up, man. I mean, like I said, I always credited you for that. I used to tell them young guys all the time, like, man, y'all need to take a page out of the book, man. Y'all tripping.
And look, and my brain probably ain't even 100% right now. Like, it's so much when it's just like off the top. But if whoever just get to like just sit and just really, really like go through something, it's a lot deeper than just even talking about it. Man. It is like sometimes I find myself I do more than what I think I do. And it's just crazy. Like I said again, it's a blessing just to know as much as I know. Like people be asking me sometimes like, why don't you just go off and do this? And then I'll be like, well, what am I gonna do with this if I start doing this full time? And like I'll be like I'm gonna start the private like I just know how to do so much. Like even I try to stop doing flyers. I try the minute I say I'm not doing it no more, somebody call me, hey, I need this. Then it's like that's money you turn that away.
Yeah, it's money you turn away. Go ahead and get it.
It's like go ahead and get it. It ain't gonna take you but 30 minutes to do it. Just do it. I just like
shoot them money it up too.
Right, it do. It definitely does. All side hustle, man. But like you said, one book I read, I forgot what it was, but they're like, no millionaire has a single stream of income.
That's true.
No millionaire has a single stream of income. So I guess multiple streams is just the way that's paving our way.
Well, man, we most definitely thank you for joining us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I won't be able to make it to the show tomorrow. I'm gonna be in Orlando watching David Young.
It's sold out.
I was you. Hey, that's good. That's good for business. That's good for business.
It's sold out. I had a lot of people that caught last minute when I posted on my Instagram, so I had to make another post to let them know like the event is sold out. So I'm just letting you know I'm gonna be in the area.
Yeah.
But like even that post got me a feature I gotta do tomorrow day. So I'm making some money while I'm here. So I gotta get up tomorrow, go to the studio, do a verse, and
get some more change.
Yeah.
It don't stop, man.
Don't stop. But yeah, like I said, man, we definitely appreciate you being on, man. Like I said, man, we hope to have you on again because you obviously got, you know what I'm saying, enough for us to, you know what I'm saying, digest, you know what I'm saying, once again, one more time on the show, man. So that'll be a pleasure another time whenever you can, whenever your schedule permits. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, this your boy Kunrad.
London B.
Hey man, and we out, man. This MicCheckM.I.A, man. Like and subscribe. Check that check at the bottom, man. Hit that bell, man, and all of that, man. Leave 380 a comment. Leave us a comment. Let me know what it is that me and London B and my boy Tone can do to make the show better, and what we probably are doing already that's good. Just let me know.
Subscribe, man. Watch 380 videos, man. My YouTube channel.
Hey, before we check out, one more time, give everybody all your platforms, where to find you at, and all your
YouTube, YouTube, watch 380 videos, SoundCloud, 380 Midway GA. You got Spotify and Apple Music, YouTube Music, all of that. The album, man, check out 380 Major League, the album too, and all of that. Mixtapes on Dat Piff. If you go on Dat Piff, type in 380. You probably find, I think I got maybe like 7 mixtapes on there, 6 or 7 mixtapes on there. Twitter, I don't know how to use it that much, but that's 380 Midway GA. Just Google 380 Midway GA, man.
And we out, man.
MIA checking out. Peace.